Gentlemen, welcome to the Voices That Lead. I am Natandra Hosky, your host with the most, and I'm so excited to have you here today. We have a very, very special guest with us, the wonderful Callie Murray. And I'm so excited to bring her up. This is going to be delightful. Now, Callie, and let's give her a little bit of a spotlight. Yay! She's here on special request because there's a couple cool things that she does that nobody else does. And the way that she goes about it is rather unique. And she's also, just a wonderful person on a human level. So that's always nice to have as well. Callie, introduce yourself a little bit personally, a little bit professionally. Let us get to know you a bit.
Yeah, so I have kind of considered myself in the business world a mompreneur, entrepreneur and mom at home. I started my LLC actually very recently, so in January of this year. Other than that, I have been doing restaurant marketing and small business marketing since 2014 when I got my degree. So that's my bread and butter. And I love, love, love working with small businesses and, maybe even limited budgets and just kind of just meeting with people and getting to know people and helping their dreams become a reality. Like I said, I'm a mom as well. So I've got 2 little ones at home with me. I try to do all of my work from home and I get to be with them, have a nanny for things like this, right? Where I can't necessarily be in 2 places at once. But they're my world. I've got my husband and my dog. So yeah.
So beautiful. I love that. That is so much fun because when we look at, I have a daughter, she's 15 going on 30.
Yeah.
You'll know what that feels like in a minute.
No.
The fun part is she's actually babysitting, and she's babysitting for a mompreneur.
See, there you go.
She's like, I need a couple times when I don't have to cook or clean or do anything. Yeah. I can do the other things. I can do like my human things. Please take care of my child for 2 hours, 3 hours. It's not even it's not like an all day thing, Exactly. And it's so cool because what a difference. What a difference.
Yeah. Well, and they still get the love and care and attention that they deserve, right? So I never want my work to take away from their attention. So pay somebody for a couple hours, they come take care of them, and then I go back out and love them.
Yeah. And that's something special. And I love that part about it because when we're looking at going through a process, everyone has to come out on the other side a little bit better than when they came in. Otherwise, that was a lot of work and effort for nothing. Exactly. So let me ask you, if we're looking at question number 1, because my audience gets to know all of my guests through 3 beautiful questions, and then 2 secret questions. The 3 big ones that we really want to understand is, number 1, how do you serve those that you lead?
Great question. So I honestly like to consider myself a very hands-off leader. I only want to treat people how I want to be treated, right? Like the golden rule, you go back to kindergarten. And I trust first until there's a reason not to trust. So I teach, I work side by side, I train, and I build their confidence and build our relationship to where the way I look at it, if they don't need me, like if I can go away for a week and nothing blows up, they don't need me, then I've done my job as a leader. My goal is to build them up, build their confidence, and build them into a leader. And that makes me feel better about my job. And I know it sounds kind of fluffy, but it's genuine truth for me.
I love that. Tell me more.
So honestly, my favorite people that I like to lead are the young and unconfident, because then I get to see their journey grow so much from, start to finish. Maybe the young, like right out of college, right? Like just getting their feet wet in the marketing world or the restaurant world and small business. Maybe they just want to start with social media. Those are my favorites.
Cool. I love that. I had a kid reach out to me and I'm like, he's a kid, he's 15. So I mean it, he's a kid.
Yeah, but they sometimes have so many ideas and they just don't realize that their ideas and that their enthusiasm is so warranted in the business world.
They don't believe it, right? Like he has a podcast. He asked me to be on his podcast. I'm like, well, that's hilarious. I'm like, I think I have to reciprocate and have you on mine. Holy crap. That's the neatest thing, you know? And I look at it and I'm like, really? He's like, yes, I understand that the best way to reach out to people is just this. And I'm like, yeah, you give.
Yep.
You know, we talked about it before where if you start a new relationship, it's like an emotional bank account.
Yeah.
How on earth can you ask to withdraw before you deposit? That makes no sense.
Completely agree with you.
And yet people all the time, they just keep coming into these, networking events and go, I have an ask. I'm like, good for you. Why would I want to help you? Why? Like, unless I know how much you care, why would I care how much you know?
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Put that in quotes.
And ladies and gentlemen, we wrap the show.
That's your deal for the day. There you go.
You had one sound bite. We got it. We're out. I love it. I love it. So the second question we'll look at is, what do you believe is your legacy?
I honestly, truly believe that I was put on this earth. I'm a Christian woman of faith. I believe I was put on this earth to help bring light and help bring sunshine. So I genuinely try to use, my happiness, friendliness, and just like enjoyment of speaking with people and building relationships with people in business and professionally. So going back to kind of the first question, right, of like helping people build themselves up in the business world, in specifically marketing, team member mentorship is a service that I offer, right? So my legacy in that is building people up, supporting them, mentoring them, so that one day they can take my job within a company. I'm a fractional, so
Yep.
I want to build them up to where they don't need me anymore. Then I go find another client, another person to help. But that's truly where I feel like I'm best served. Like I said, business within the companies that I work with, my clients, and then also for my kids in my church. I'm a singer, so I use that.
That's cool. I was just going to ask you, name one cool thing you do that nobody knows about, and you just did it. Nice. That's not even one of our secret questions, people. This is just normal.
That's a freebie.
Thank you. Yes, you guys, you don't even have to pay for that. This is so much fun. All right. Now, with Callie and with where we're playing, I wanted you guys to know that this, as the Voices That Lead, it's one of those places that is going to be a little bit different. So we're going to be looking at my daily broadcast, the Frequency of Abundance. That's me giving back after 30 years being a medical hypnotherapist since 95 and having 20,000 people come through my hands, and Olympians, Cirque du Soleil, wrote a couple books. So you can see where I'm coming from, that it's time to give back. It's time for me to leave legacy. And that's why when I touch the most incredible people around that I know and that I get to play and that I'm already enjoying in my sandbox, I'm like, well, why can't I share? Why can't I bring more people in and stuff? So I want to make sure that this is where those of you that feel connected, and you can look in the chat, Callie's contact information is there, Voices That Lead is there. So if you need to, if you want to, if it resonates with you, reach out. We would love to have you. It would be so much fun. There's Frequency of Abundance, there's Voices That Lead, and I'll take a minute and I wanted to just share with you guys, if you're coming in and everything seems good in your life and you wanted it just a little bit better, this is where we're coming from.
Ever wonder what sets real leaders apart? It's not the corner office, it's the impact they make. Welcome to the Voices That Lead podcast with Natan Verkovsky, where we dive deep with leaders who put service first. These aren't just CEOs or big names. They're people making a difference, building legacies through acts of kindness, mentorship, and heart. Every episode you'll hear powerful stories, straight from those who lift others up and inspire change. Looking for practical advice, authentic conversations, or just a spark to unleash your own limitless potential? You'll find it here. Because leadership isn't just about where you end up. It's about who you help along the way. Join the community and get inspired. Reach out to be a featured guest on the program. Leaders, legacy, limitless. Subscribe to the Voices That Lead podcast. Join us as a speaker and let others be inspired by you. Become the leader you're meant to be.
So I wanted to bring you in. I wanted to let you feel a little bit of some production value here and there so we can have some fun. And this is where we'll look at the third question. And that's something that we can deep dive into a bit. We talked about how you serve those that you lead. We talked about what do you believe is your legacy. For the third question, if you had just one gift, one way to help someone else become truly limitless, what would you give that to? If you had a chance to go back to 20-year-old Callie and say, okay, girl, here's what you need to watch out for. Don't do this. Oh my God, we wasted so much time and energy on this. Do this. Like, I know it doesn't sound like you can, you should. Run right now. Go.
Honestly, it's what I try to instill on my people now is confidence in yourself, in your natural abilities and your gifts. So yeah, you're exactly right. Going back to 20, I was still in college, but let's go back to, maybe one of my first jobs, one of my first full-time jobs. I wish I could go back and tell myself, you can't be spoken to that way. You can't be treated that way. By direct
Anyone,
supervisors, right? Like
right?
your value. Yeah, like your value is more than that in the business and professional world. That if you are in a situation that you do not feel respected in your thoughts, in your work, in anything, move on. There will be another job and it will come at the right time. So every single time that I've moved on from a job or I got laid off with a 4-month-old at home, so that was not the
Man,
best timing in my mind, right? But it led me to what I'm doing now. So
there's no good time to get a parking ticket. There's no good time to die. Like, what are we talking about? No, of course it was a bad time. Yikes. Oh, man.
exactly. It's always just wanting to lead into your future and looking forward to the next thing. So yes, give back as much as you can. If you have downtime, volunteer, do all of those things, but know that the next thing that you were supposed to be doing is coming. And you just have to kind of like let nature take its course, whatever, higher power that you believe in. That you just you have to trust and have confidence in yourself, have belief in yourself and your future. And yeah, I wish I would have stepped out of, that previous role a long time ago a lot faster than I did because it shot down my confidence and that's not cool.
Yeah. It takes how long? Like, it takes a split second to shoot it down, but my God, how long does it take to build it back up? Oh, my.
Exactly.
Like,
Small little comments that,
right?
not speaking negatively to anyone. I guess not speaking negatively directly to the person I have in my brain right now, but it really is. Sometimes they don't mean it. And a lot of that goes back to just communication styles. Some people have a very, very direct communication style that does not, and they don't realize how it's affecting the person that they're speaking to, who may take things very personally. So I'm one of those people. I take things very personally. I take my work very personally. I take conversations like this very personally. So you
Do you remember
take
how
it
we
with
met?
a grain of salt. No. How did we meet, Natan?
Just reached out to you on LinkedIn.
Is that what it was? I was like, I know we met on LinkedIn, but I couldn't remember like how it actually happened.
It's just like, oh, wow, you do some cool stuff. Thought I'd say hi.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, what are you trying to sell me? I'm like, nothing. I just think you're cool. Yeah. Everyone says that. And then done, here comes the pitch. And I'm like, actually, I'm like a not-for-profit. I've got nothing to sell you.
Yep.
If you want to hang out and play, cool.
Yeah.
And is it something that you'd heard before? Is it a message that normally you get across, or is this like really a one-off?
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that one question you're talking about from my past or from your
From
reaching out to
you,
me?
from me reaching out to you, is that something that you're familiar with? Is that something common? Is that like?
I get a ton. I get an absolute ton of, Facebook messages of people just wanting to meet, right? Like, no pressure, no pitch. And then there ends up being a pitch. So,
Right, look, then what are we hanging
yeah.
out for? Like, because you're my best friend all of a sudden? Like, what do you... No, it's everybody's selfish, self-serving, what's in it for me. But if those two things align, the what's in it for you also is what's in it for me, well, then yeah. So this podcast, what's in it for me? I get a chance to talk to wonderful people like Callie. What's in it for Callie? Callie gets to tell people the world. So if you haven't met her, now you can. If you haven't been exposed to understanding and seeing somebody through this filter that we use with the two questions, and now that third question is answered, and it's so beautiful, because if that's the gift, there's people that look at what the gift could be and what you could give to others, and they're like, I teach them this, or I show them that, and I've seen so many things. I've had so many things, done and happen to me personally and stuff, and yet one of the cool things that I saw that would, I guess, change me in that sense, that I remember my dad, and he's an Olympic coach, and he was with Cirque du Soleil, and so he's absolutely incredible. And he was, if somebody's doing round-off back handsprings and going down a runway, that fast track and that springboard floor, and then he's on the side and he's spotting. So the job is to look to see if that person's going to make it. You just stand back. If they're not going to make it, you step in and whoop, 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 whoop. You literally play biomechanical ding dong ding and move them ever so slightly so that they now do land where they're supposed to and keep on keeping on. And they barely even notice you. My dad's standing on the side. This girl's going round up back handspring, and then she's doing whipbacks. Whipbacks are when you do a back handspring without putting your hands on the ground.
Oh, I've seen those. Oh.
You just come, it looks like you're coming this close to the ground, but you don't touch it, and then you magically bounce off of air or some, I don't understand the mechanics. But my dad was there spotting her to make sure she doesn't crash on her head. And one of her legs just moved his nose to the side of his face. He got a little too close and went bang. And he stayed there to help her. She keeps going. And then I just watched him. I'm like maybe 14, 15. I see him go into the bathroom. I waited a couple minutes. And I'm like, what the heck? I walk in and I see he's got this big white towel on his face. And I just hear him go, crack!
Oh.
Okay. I'm like, Dad, what just happened? He's like, the nose. I'm like, did you just unbreak your nose and put it back into place? He's like, well, yeah, I got to go back to work. And he did. And then he just proceeded to go back to work. So I come from tough guys that don't even know they're tough guys. And I'm like, it's a legacy to live up to, right? So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, in that context, it's very, very different.
Yeah. Goodness.
Where have you come from in your life that, like if somebody was to say, we've all had tough stuff. We've all had pain and suffering. If you haven't, you're 12. You just haven't been here long enough yet. But chances are, even at 12, I'm pretty sure you've already experienced some pain and suffering, because it's part of the human condition.
Yes. And
a lot of us are conditioned to believe that, you should seek happiness. Like, yeah, it's in the Constitution, the pursuit of happiness. Why isn't it the acquisition of happiness? Why is it the pursuit? They understood it. It's 200 years ago, and they got it because it's not a natural state. I can't stay in an elated state of happiness all the time. It'd be funky. It would mess with my energy. You ever seen those people and like, you're just are you high? Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you so happy all the time? This is not natural. It's not sustainable. Are you high? Like, what else could it be? If it's not drugs, then you are really effed up in the head. Like, there's some chemical imbalance. There's something wrong.
Too much serotonin.
Okay, so maybe drugs would help in this case. Like, I don't know. All I'm saying is there's something not normal going on here, and that's apparent to anyone.
Yeah.
Those are some interesting people, though, and you can have some funky, interesting conversations. I talked to one guy he's famous in the industry, deals with the biggest companies, and the biggest names, and the biggest brands, helps them figure out what's their next step. Does it on a marketing level.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, but I'm like, who do you play with? He's like, Nike, NASA, IBM. I play with everyone. I'm like, that's not everyone. That's holy crap.
Yeah.
That's like Fortune 10. He's like,
Yes.
yeah, I play with Fortune 10. And I'm like, and you advise them on their marketing strategy? He's like, correct. Name one thing that makes no sense to anyone else playing in this field. He's like, oh, I don't have a TV. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I do not have a television. I'm like, so you're saying you don't subscribe to cable? He's like, I physically do not have a television. Haven't had one for 20 years. Like, so what do you do? He goes, I predict the future of where these people should go without looking at where they've been. That's not how this works. It's epic. It's the deepest, most interesting conversations with people that are not like contrarian is, oh, okay, everyone does this, you do the opposite. Cool, that's linear. This guy is circular. He's like, I'm gonna get boomerang. I'm gonna come around here. Where the hell was that? What is that? That was nuts. So it's so neat to be able to think these thoughts, have these thoughts, get to go in and flow in those areas. Now, for those of you, I'm pretty sure you're not just joining us now. We're out of here in a couple minutes. If you're just joining us, know that this is a very, very special episode. We will be here live, and you're going to see Callie and me as multidimensional beings. We'll be popping into the chat. We'll be saying hello. We'll be doing the do-do-do-do-do's, making sure that we put in emojis and having some fun. You will see us here, and if you want to reach out, if you want to have more time, if you want to get to understand personally where Callie's coming from professionally, how what she does can categorically help you, especially if you're in a space similar to her. If you're a mompreneur, oh my goodness, reach out. If you're somebody who's like, you know what, I'm a one-man show, but I would love to just add to my team, reach out. If you're somebody that says, I'm not quite sure if I'm at the level that understands, deserves, or it makes sense to implement somebody like Callie, reach out. You might not know. Just reach out. Contact information's in the chat. Callie's ticker is going off here on the bottom, making everything easy for you. So know that we're here. Know that this is the Voices That Lead. And if you're curious, the reason we can put all of this on, the reason this is not costing anyone anything to come join us, the beautiful people at Allura Creative, the only not-for-profit public relations house in the world, is the reason we can do this. I'm going to take a minute, visit our sponsor.
I'm excited to introduce you to Allura Creative Agency, the world's first and only not-for-profit public relations powerhouse. Our mission is to increase your brand's visibility, credibility, and extend your global audience. In short, we hunt the whales for you. Our proprietary methodology blows a dog whistle to C-suite executives, leaders, founders, and owners across any industry. Welcome to our Executive Engagement Engine trademark. That's our secret sauce. It includes 3 proprietary processes: our Engagement Ignition trademark pre-event outreach process, our Commitment Catalyst trademark butts and seats process, and our Fortune Follow-ups trademark post-event outreach. These ensure the highest level of interest, virtual attendance, and follow-up conversations. As the world's first and only not-for-profit public relations powerhouse, what's our promise to you? Unparalleled commitment to transparency, ethical engagement, and impactful results. Partner with Allura Creative Agency and experience transformative executive engagement. Book a time to speak with us today, and here's to the evolution of your brand.
So much fun in the sun. Now, we're a little bit over time, and that's okay. I wanted to thank you guys for joining us today. I want you to remember, this is available to you now, but if you come and subscribe, Voices That Lead, over on YouTube, you're going to have access to the 2 secret questions. So if you've liked what Callie has been telling you, if you've been picking up what we've been putting down this entire time, I want you to come over. I want you to click on, I want you to subscribe. I want you to come join us. because right now I'm going to ask her the 2 secret questions. And oh my goodness, if you like how she leads those that she serves, if you like her legacy, if you like the gift that she could give to make someone truly limitless, you have to come and hear this. So, ladies and gentlemen, Natan Verhosky, your host with the most. I will be signing off and making this happen. Callie, do you have any final words you want to take us away with?
Final words I try to always leave on anything like this is believe in yourself and don't let anyone tear you down.
Amen. What a blessing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. For the Voices of the Lead podcast, Natan Verhosky here. Come on back for the secret questions.